Oh, back in Thailand. I've been living in Tokyo for the last 2.5 months. Absolutely loved it. And now I'm back in Thailand for the third time in the last 4 months. So today's video, I'm going to tell you how I travel so much being just 20 years old. I mean, just wow. Would you look at that? I don't think I could find this in the UK. One thing I'll give them credit for here in Thailand, they're incredibly persistent. I just had to tell this gentleman on the boat here no about 15 times before he finally took it as an answer. So I just want to take you back to last year, where I was facing this really massive problem that I feel a lot of people tend to get. So to start, I was working a job I absolutely despised, and it was night shifts. I had no social life, nothing like that. And my free time would be all spent alone, considering I had no friends because I was working night shifts. But the main problem wasn't necessarily the no social life. It was the fact of I had such dreams and goals and I wanted to travel. I had done it a little bit when I was 18 and I'd got the taste. And that taste, it grew and it grew and it got to the point where I couldn't take it anymore. The only way I was able to experience travel at that time was through watching videos, watching people explore these beautiful countries. And whilst I also enjoyed it and felt I could live through these videos, I also felt jealous and a little bit more sad, the fact that I wasn't there and I was doing something I hated so much. So you might be asking, how did I do it? What did I change? And well, I'm going to tell you everything I know and everything I've done. And hopefully it will help one of you guys out there achieve your dreams. So one thing I would first like to specify is that the methods I'm about to tell you are not limited to how old you are, your gender, where you're from. I have met people of all ages, all genders, from all over the world doing exactly what I'm doing, and they are loving every minute. So the best way to travel, in my opinion, most of the world, most of the destinations you want to go to, is using 2 special apps. And again, it doesn't matter who you are, you can use these, you can apply. And that is Workaway as number 1 and Worldpackers. They are both very similar, although there is a little bit of difference between the 2 sites. So honestly, use both. Now you may be thinking and asking me, volunteering, what am I volunteering for? And that's the beauty of it. There's so many different kinds of opportunities on there, ranging from, in Tokyo for example, I worked in a language exchange cafe, just talking English with locals, not even teaching, just talking so they could practice. I have friends from all around the world I met there, amazing people, all ages. And some of them friends, even straight after, as soon as they finished this cafe, they had another one lined up. I have a French friend who went and stayed with a family and just provided childcare and helped around with the chores in the countryside of Japan. And he loved every moment of it. Honestly, it is so ridiculously easy, and I truly believe that anyone can do it. I believe even he'd be able to find somewhere. Honestly, such a beautiful place, and I'm so happy and grateful I get to experience this. Although there's one thing I'll admit, I'm not crazy on about Thailand, is that crossing the road every day feels like a death-defying stunt. It is just so damn hot in Thailand in March and April. Walking anywhere, you just end up dripping with sweat. But it's fine, you know, because I'm in Thailand at least. And another way that definitely can help your travels, and has helped me a lot personally, is simple friendships. I've made so many friends through language exchange apps and playing video games throughout the years that I didn't realise, like, people are so welcoming and kind that they are willing to offer you free advice, you know, the inside tips from locals, sometimes even a place to stay. They'll buy you meals, they'll go out with you, you know, and it's so nice to go to a place and already have friendships waiting for you, and it really just enhances your whole experience. Although I will say, of course, it does come with dangers. You know, you should never 100% trust people on the internet. I'll say personally, in my experience so far, I've gotten very lucky and everyone has been very, very nice. but we've all seen the crazy stories out there. So if you're going to do this method, please be extremely careful. But let's be honest, a large amount of money never hurt anyone. Now, of course, my advice doesn't mean that you should travel with no money and no plan and just rely on these volunteering experiences or your friends. Of course, it's always best to still have money and take some. I'm just trying to show you methods where you don't need to have such a large amount of money. Now, how beautiful is that for a shot? I will say I'm sorry there's not so much detail in all of my answers. But all I've wanted to do is hopefully lead you down a path of discovering and finding out yourself, and hopefully you can make use of the things I've told you. Now I'm just going to give you my personal plan and the personal things that I would do, and that includes work a little bit. I know it sucks, stick it out, save as much money as you can, and then start looking Workaway, Worldpacker, go to the countries, look at the countries you want to go to. Keep applying to all the things you can, and trust me, you will get one, and when you do, you will not regret it for a second. The experiences I had in Tokyo and the people I met, truly, I will never forget. And that is why I genuinely believe it is one of the best ways to travel for very cheap, and it's how I'm doing it at just 20 years old.